Await my orders.
This time we'll be playing the Thracians against the Gauls. I think it was I don't think it was 15k. Yeah, definitely not 15k. I think it was a pretty high money battle. I don't remember how much it was. Probably 30k. But I saw that he played as Gual, so I picked another barbarian faction, and I wanted to use the Thracians because it's a mix between Greek and barbarian units. So you get the best of both worlds, just about, relatively speaking. No, I opted for having a line of these Macedonian style phalanx pikemen, and then having a second line of these Bastarnae heavy infantry. Heavy in the sense of their attack, not so much armor and defense capabilities. I mean, they only have peltes, light wooden shields and helmets, not so much for armor, but they had 2 hit points and they're pretty good at infantry. Not the best, but they're pretty good. Bull warriors can destroy them. I had to learn that the hard way. But I also have 4 units of General's Armor Bodyguard, and oh, here they are. These fierce Falksmen. They're pantaloons. They're hiding in the forest, and I thought I was gonna either have my opponent come to me, and then have this as a flanking force, or then go to my opponent and use them late in the battle to run around and charge, like if we met halfway. But my opponent, he decides just to stay here. But let's see his initial deployment. He's got a mass of, looks like 6 chosen swordsmen, heavily upgraded, and his light infantry on the right, well, I guess they're considered heavy, but his naked fanatics and the swordsmen to his right wing, and 2 druid units behind them to inspire them. And these Forester warbands, probably the best archers in the whole entire game. Their range is freaking sick. He's got them in this pretty cool dense formation, elongated, so I guess their archer fire will be more precise and spread out. I don't know if he intended to do that, but whether he did or not, but I think that's worked out for him. You'll see one of my pikemen units just gets utterly destroyed even before the fighting even starts. Well, I'm gonna march all the way towards him. He probably thought I was just gonna move up to this hill, this slight hill advantage, but just stay here. But no, I don't really like to do that. I like to meet my opponent head on, even if it takes marching across the whole entire map. Gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm gonna march forward. And his weakest, I knew he probably had more units hidden, either over here or over here, but his weakest units are right here, especially his swordsmen. And I don't see any cav. He probably could have hid cav back here, but I mean, there's no cav within the vicinity of this whole entire area, so to me his left wing is fully exposed. Okay, so he sees where I'm going, so he's gonna put his heavy infantry, his heavy chosen swordsmen, right in front of these more lightly armed infantry. They're gonna have their war cry. And look at what their Forester warband does to this one unit. I mean, look at this. Those are all dead bodies. Just from this one unit. Well, maybe a few from this one, but look at that. from 120. They're already, oh man, 47. That's sad. Concentrated all their fire on one unit, and look at the devastation. So that's not good. I mean, 24 guys. What are you gonna do? 24 guys. Alright, so he charges fourth. I'm getting my cav ready to pounce on his left wing or right wing. Bastarne engage. And here we go. Get a nice rear charge right there. That unit swordsman instantly routes. I'm doing the same thing on this wing. I was rushing, and meanwhile I was rushing all my foxmen down to the right, and I mop up his druid pretty much. Get another rear charge. This time more devastating. Yeah, they start to rout. And one of his units, because of that one unit that was so heavily depleted at the beginning, it actually routed and allowed these fanatics to get through my lines, but he forgets about this unit, and they just keep on chasing my guys the whole entire battle. Okay, it was here he activated all his barbarian and noble cav, and they're hiding right here. This is when he tries to save his right wing or his left wing, and that's pretty much too late. I mean, he allowed me to pretty much destroy. I mean, he could have had some cav units up here at least in the open, or at least back there in the woods, but he put them all right here and let his whole entire right wing open. Just something to think about. Totally helped me out. I get his cav in a combined arms match with my cav and my Bastarne, and then they rout, being too much overpowered. These armored bodyguards, they did a pretty good job in this battle. They acted as the companions. I think I did see. Oh, I did the same thing. Where I had it attack one unit but routed, but still kept on attacking it, so I kept on following it. So I guess he did remember about that unit, but oh well. Too little, too late. It happens. So he's gonna go for a counter charge. And look at this. Yeah, my Bastarne, they hold their ground. Crazy, they don't give up. That druid just got trampled to death. I think this is about when he calls it quits. But, yeah, I think the major flaw of his deployment and his I don't know, his tactics, I guess, was he left his right wing totally exposed. Even if I brought just 2 units of cavalry, that wouldn't still been enough to do quite enough damage to his right wing to make it collapse as it did. And I think he activated his cav a little too late on his left. I think if he had protected his wings a whole lot better, which I think I would have had my work cut out for me, but that was good. That was a clear victory, and I'd like to thank my opponent, King Jules, and I hope to see you next time.